Where are we? Hugo Nogueira in Brazil. Do you know Brazilian music? Will you ever sing one of our wonderful Brazilian songs? I love Brazilian music. All of my musicians love Brazilian music. It's the music of groove and ultimate entrancing vibration of life and happiness, and ever grooving and light dancing through the life and the world and the streets. Yes, I would love to. My Portuguese, unfortunately, is very bad. I wish I would speak better Portuguese. That would be wonderful. We have many albums of Jobim, and it would be a wonderful thing to record his music, of course. Where are we? Oliver in Canada. I'm curious as to why you left Europe and chose to make New York your home. What does New York have or had that the rest of the Europe doesn't? Well, you know, New York is the ultimate place to be a New Yorker as a German, as my Italian neighbor, as my French other neighbor, as my Argentinian, Brazilian, Swedish, Japanese, Australian neighbor. And we are all New Yorkers, and we all meet on the playgrounds, we all have strange accents, and it's a very free life here. There are parks everywhere, there's life everywhere, there are people everywhere, there's a lot of music, a lot of theater. Nothing is closed in, and nothing has some kind of like a stamp, like a national identity stamp. And I just feel I love it here. We all love it, my family loves it, so I feel very free here somehow. But it doesn't mean that I don't want to have. It would be nice to have a flat in Europe and to have one leg back in Europe. Certainly, I do hate jet lags. I do so many performances in Europe, and every time I'm jet lagged to hell. So I would love to actually be able to have an apartment there. But with my 3 kids in school here, it's kind of complicated. So right now, I am here. Henrik Svensson in Denmark. If you had the chance to live your life again in another time and environment, when and where would you be born and choose to live? I'm going to live today, right now, in this moment. Here, talking to you. This is good. As good as it gets. Nadja in Germany. If you were not UTE LEMPER, who would you like to be? I'm UTE LEMPER. I'm stuck with this. Sorry, I can't answer the question. I want to be myself. I have a wonderful life. I'm grateful. And I'm grateful for everything I have in my life. Thank you. Thank you. Carrie in France. Are you superstitious? Do you have something you always do before you go on stage? I'm not superstitious. I don't like it. I don't want to give anything the power over my choices and my well-being. I don't like to be superstitious. I am in charge. I'm responsible for my well-being. I have to make sure I'm fine, eat the right food, enjoy the right things, be a good mom, have a good glass of wine, go on stage and be free and just go for the ride, enjoy it with all focus and all inspiration all at the same time. Almost at the end. Tracy Farrow in England. I adore how you style your hair. My hair is terrible. I've had the worst hair ever. I have baby hair. It's very fine. It's not very combed. No, my hair sucks. So thank you for telling me it looks nice. I'm styling it, I think, in a kind of classical way. Lauren Bacall. That looks the best on me. And thank you for the compliment. It makes me feel very good. Lucy in England. Do you still paint? What made you pick up a paintbrush in the first place? And but what is your favorite medium? Well, my favorite thing is making music and singing, of course, but I picked up the paintbrush about 18 years ago when I was living in Berlin, and I had a vocal nod and I had to shut up. My doctor said you shut up for 3 weeks, and I was looking for something. I always loved to make little drawings, but that was the right. I went to the art store and I got myself canvases and paint, oil, and I got a couple of books, autodidactic, and I started to paint and I got obsessed with it. And And it got me through this very difficult summer. It got me through the fact I couldn't pick up the phone, I couldn't speak to people, I could have no social life whatsoever. I was very solitary and isolated with my canvases, and they became very powerful. It was like the perfect dialogue with something I created, and it was overwhelming. Rui Martins in Portugal. When are you coming back to Portugal? Well, I think I was in Portugal last year for an orchestra concert in Lisbon, and oh no, it was in the Algarve, and I will be probably back next year. I think every other year or every 3 years is what the promoters suggest. David Chan in Hong Kong. What projects are you currently working on, and what will be your latest artistic direction? Well, I'm working. I just had my record release party here in New York in the Poisson Rouge. It was so much fun. We had lots of guest musicians, but really I'm finalizing now my Bukowski project, or you say my Bukowski project. The Americans say Bukowski. We of course say Bukowski. And the various poems from Charles Bukowski put into music. Mostly I wrote the music, and some of it collectively have been written with the band, and especially with my partner Todd. And we will be presenting it very soon in Milan at the Literature Festival. And this will be like a workshop. First time, we've never done this. Will be a first time presentation. I just go through these songs. They're so situational, they're like a movie. I'm looking so very much forward to this. And then in November we will have a real theater production in Spain with Mario Gas doing the direction, and with multimedia, and it's going to be a big stage production around the Bukowski poetry. And then I hope I will present it here in New York. It's the perfect place for it. And I think, I mean, this poetry is very much respected everywhere in the world. I'm looking forward to actually travel the world with this very specific project. And I also have the project to actually travel the world with the Astor Piazzolla Original Quintet next year or the year after, and that would be such an honor. Absolutely a fantastic perspective if that gets to come true. So thank you everyone. I hope I did well, and come along with more questions, and goodbye everyone on all these different sites, and thank you for being my fans, and I love you all. Good night.